best desserts, tiramisu. Now for tiramisu, there's several different components, such as the ladyfingers and the actual tiramisu cake itself. So this is going to be a good one. So without further ado, subscribe, support a small channel, and let's get into the video. Now the first step to making the ladyfingers is we have 6 eggs right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take one and crack it into this bowl. After that, we're going to separate the yolks from the whites. You can check out the same thing I did in my macaroon video, link in the description. What we're going to want to do is take the yolks and put it in this bowl, and take the whites and put it in this bowl. You're just going to want clean hands for this, and to just kind of grab the yolk out. Now that we've cracked the eggs into the bowls, we have the yolks in this bowl and the whites in this bowl. Now we're going to mix the whites on high until they are almost stiff. Now we're going to preheat the oven at 350. Now that we're done mixing the egg whites, we're going to move on to our egg yolks. Now the first step to the egg yolks is we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to add in a half teaspoon of salt. Now we're going to add in a half a cup of sugar. Now we're going to mix this on medium until it gets frothy. We put aside the egg yolk mixture, and now we're going to sift a cup and a half of flour. Now we're also going to sift in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into the flour. Now we're going to set aside our flour and cornstarch mixture, and now we're going to put the egg whites and sugar into the egg yolk mixture. And then we're going to gently fold it like we did with the macaroons. Now what we're going to do for the mixture is we're going to get around the edges like this and then cut. Get around the edges like this, cut. And now let's do that to all of the mixture until it's fully mixed. Now that we're done gently folding this, we're going to add in the flour and its cornstarch mixture spoonful at a time. Also, and we're going to keep folding as the flour is letting in. And also, this is another part where you're going to need 2 people. Why is that? I mean, we could maybe just turn this into like a pancake and maybe just add like this entire bottle of salt. Hey, let's do that. What? Now that we're done mixing in the flour and cornstarch mixture into the egg mixture, now we're going to take this and put it on the parchment paper. Now, some people like to pipe it out and cut a hole in a plastic bag, or if you have a pastry, a piper thing, you could do that, but we're just going to put it out entirely. Instead of just putting it on a big sheet, we're going to make it in the shape of ladyfingers. Or it's not really the shape of ladyfingers, but they're called that, so let's just say that. So I forgot to say that we're actually going to put it in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes. So we just got the ladyfingers out of the oven, and they're looking amazing. Now for this recipe, we have to make an espresso. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this and just put it in your coffee maker, however your coffee maker works. Also, you're going to want to use a fancy Italian coffee kind called Lavazza. Now let's move on to the tiramisu cake. Now the first step to making this tiramisu cake is we're going to add 2 cups of heavy cream into this bowl. In this bowl, we're going to put 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese. Now we're going to add in a 1/3 cup of sugar. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to beat that at high until it gets stiff. Now we're done with this, and this is looking amazing, we're going to come over here where we're going to add 3 tablespoons of Kahlua to the cold espresso. Now our next step is to take our ladyfingers, and then very quickly we're just going to dip it in the espresso mixture, and then we're just gonna put it here and do it very, very, very quickly. Hey, if I sold all of this ladyfingers and made the entire tiramisu, could I sell it for like $1,000? Would that make a lot of money?
Naturally, I can't pay you much of a reward.
Now we're gonna put a bit of the whipped cream mixture over top of the ladyfingers. Now that we've gotten that on, we're gonna dip the rest of these ladyfingers and make a second layer of them, and then we're gonna put the whipped cream mixture on top of that. So we mixed cocoa powder and sugar together, and now we're gonna sprinkle it over top of the tiramisu. So we just finish sprinkling the cocoa powder sugar on top, and it looks amazing. Look at that. But now we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. Now this has been in the refrigerator for about 2 hours, so now it's time for the taste test. That's good. I mean, that's really good. That's just amazing.